You've got to see yourself with the good you desire. You've got to hold that image in your mind. You've got to know it's going to come, and that will attract everything that's necessary. See, nothing is created or destroyed. Everything's already here. Now, if you're holding an image that you can't get something, you're on a vibration, you're not going to get it. But if you can see yourself with it, you know it's coming to you. You know it's only a period of time. You're not quite sure what the time is, but you know it's a period of time, and bang, that thing's going to manifest in your life. You have controlled the vibration that you're in. The vibration then, called the frequency, you put yourself in a frequency that you desires on. Understand, this is an orderly universe you and I are a part of. We are God's highest form of creation. There's nothing that will equal us. We can accomplish anything, but we've got to raise our level of conscious awareness. We've got to understand these laws, and we've got to live in harmony with them. And that's when we're going to start to get the good we desire. It's a beautiful thing to understand. I thank God I understand it. Solomon said, no, you're getting good understanding. Understand the law of vibration. You can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand.
The most powerful instrument in the universe is the subconscious mind. 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as the day before. Your personality creates your personal reality.
I think we're conditioned. We have a real strong condition.
You see, most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and it doesn't work. You literally have to become someone else.
We have a tendency to like everybody around us. And if you think about this, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
The more you think from the conscious down to the subconscious, you begin to set up this vibratory field that sends out thought energy from you consistent with what you are thinking about and draws back into your life people and circumstances in harmony with those thoughts.
The brain transmits and receives frequency. Those frequencies affect physical matter in the universe at the quantum level.
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible.
Sometimes you have to create a delusion, even if you have to lie yourself into believing.
That's how you fucking do something worthwhile. You have to believe it's possible.
Your mind is designed to help you get what you want. You just have to be willing to believe it's possible.
And when you believe something is possible, everything else will figure itself out.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion, because it's only delusional until it works.
Manifesting is when you hold an image on your mind to the exclusion of all outside distractions. That image must eventually move into form. Any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Energy is forever moving into form. Well, you've got to hold the idea on the screen of the mind if you want it to move into form. That's when the manifestation comes in. Anyone that has a goal and they're moving towards it, they're successful. Thinking of why you can't do something is never going to do you any good. And keep thinking until you start to think of thoughts of how you can do it. And the way will be shown to you. It comes in the form of images in our mind. Think of how you can and not why you can't. We become what we think.
Everything comes from the imagination.
The mind is but a magnet for what you want.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
And they talk about manifesting. It's fucking real, man. Manifesting is real.
I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself, like, how the fuck did I make that happen?
When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become.
People don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. Well, I know one thing is I can make things happen.
You become what you think about most of the time. Your mind does create your reality. When you look at successful people, even if they don't follow or even know about the law of attraction, they are employing the law of attraction technique perfectly. They know what they don't want. They use that negative energy or that pain to clearly define what they do want. They see themselves in possession of what they want, as if they really were in possession of it, and they feel now as if they would feel if they actually were in possession. Then they release an attachment to that particular outcome. And then they enjoy the process of creating because they know that the journey is the reward. So the point is, this is what wealthy people do. Your mind creates reality. You create your future by envisioning it. People that are super successful are often called visionaries, and the reason is they close their eyes and they see the future. By visualizing your goal is already completed, by seeing it nothing but net every time, the body starts to respond and adjust itself to create the result. When you visualize what it is you want, it opens up your perceptual filter to let in more information. Right now, you're not aware of what you're feeling in your right foot, but as soon as I say it, you can all feel it. It was getting filtered out by a part of your brain called the reticular system. You are filtering out resources and solutions to your problems all day long. And the only reason you're filtering them out is because you've not had an image in your head that you are going to solve those problems and get those results. Once you do that, it programs this part of your brain called the reticular activating system to open up and let in more resources, to let you see. You'll only see enough to match your vision. If you think you're a $100,000 a year person, you're going to see just enough to make you $100,000 a year.
The latest research in neuroscience says you can change your brain just by thinking. So then as you begin to think about a new possibility, and your brain begins to fire in new sequences and new patterns and new combinations, and you begin to plan your behaviors, and you begin to review in your mind, mentally rehearse who you're going to be in your life. The mere action of mental rehearsal begins to install the neurological circuits in your brain. Now your brain is no longer a record of the past. Now it's in fact a map to the future. And over again, when people do this, it may take them months, but over and over again we've seen this. We've seen it enough times now to know that people reach a certain point with themselves where they feel so whole, they feel so satisfied with who they are, they feel so happy with themselves and their lives that they could care less if they have the disease.
Everything we think comes into existence. So only think things that you want to come into existence. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you gotta protect your mind, and you gotta know it takes 3 minutes minimum for your body to produce a hormone. Your thoughts produce chemicals. So you got a built-in CVS. You got a built-in pharmacy inside of your body. Okay? So when you think about something for 3 minutes or more, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. You said it. What's the word? What's the word?
Dopamine.
Dopamine. Your body is going to produce that naturally. 3 minutes or more with a thought that can activate that in your body. And then that chemical, that hormone becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So create the world that you want to live in, because you're creating the world that you live in.